comfortably, let's chat about stitching. Hello, my name's Sam and welcome to my channel, So Let's Sparkle with Sam. And today is Thursday and this is my hashtag Friday Sews style video catch up of what's been going on over the last couple of weeks. And just what's been happening, what's going on, a little bit of life, lots of sewing and some frocktails. So yes, so if that's something that you like to hear about, talk about, listen to, then don't forget to give me a like and subscribe if you haven't already. So yeah, it has been a week. Now, apologies if my voice sounds a little bit gravelly. I think I've just been very busy this week. I don't feel ill or poorly at all. My voice just keeps going. I've probably been doing too much talking. It happens. So apologies, but I have got a lovely cup of tea in my lovely mug. I forgot the word for mug. I mean, come on Sam, wakey. In my lovely Happiness Inside mug from Prim that was donated by Prim to the lovely Plymouth Frocktails goodie bag. So I've already opened my goodie bag. I'll show you the rest of what come in it later. But yeah, I thought I'd open it up and use this lovely little Prim mug for my cuppa while I chat to you. Oh, that is good. Now, I always forget to tell you what I'm wearing, and sometimes you always ask, so I'll let you know today. So I'll pop a video up here of the full length so you can see it in all its glory. I am wearing one of my favourite makes of all time. I just love this. It is soon to, I'm going to have to make another one because it's starting to look a little bit tired, but absolutely love it. And it's the Megan Nielsen Jarrah sweater in this lovely Chikitika. Oh, I said it that time. Chikitika. Yes, fabric from Guthrie and Garney that I bought as a kit. And I absolutely love it. I wear it to death. Now the Beyond the Pink Door Funfetti fabric is fairly similar in kind of like colours, so I know it will suit me. So I think I'm going to buy some of that French terry and just replicate it, basically just make another one. So I've got another one to wear, and then I'm wearing it with the very lovely sofa pants. I always get those two things mixed up. Sofa pants from the lovely Sarah at the Weekend Sewing Club. I want to call them the lazy pants because I wear them when I'm feeling a little bit lazy, but they are sofa pants. No sofa for me today. I've got a really busy day, but I'm all in the studio. I'm at home in the studio, so the sofa pants and the Jarrah sweater means that I'm nice and comfy and ready to go. So yeah, so what's been happening this week? Well, it's been quite an exciting week, and if you follow me and if you follow my lovely friend Lynn, so Lindy Lou, you'll know why I've got this beaming smile on my face, because we have launched a brand new sewing social that we're running together called Much Ado About Stitching. It's run in person just on the outskirts of Stratford upon Avon. Lynn lives closer to that. I live in Leamington Spa, which isn't very far. It's about 15-20 minutes from Stratford upon Avon, and we basically, the reason we chose that place was the venues were much better. So we've picked a gorgeous venue. I'm very excited. As I said, I'll pop the video to the launch down below and you can find out more about it. But if you want to come to our launch, session, then I'm afraid you're a little bit too late because it's sold out. I kind of, if I'm totally honest, I'm going to be really honest with you, I thought they would be popular, which is why the reason that we did them, because everyone loves a sewing social, don't they? But I wasn't ready for them selling out quite so quickly. So yeah, I'm very excited about that. But if you did miss out, do not panic, do not worry. It is my job tomorrow to pop some of the new dates. So we've got a June date and a July date. We've actually got all of the dates, and if you want to find them all and plan ahead, they are on our website, but we're going to release the dates 2 at a time. So we're going to release the June and July dates on either Friday or Monday, depending on how all of these things work out, because you just don't know, do you? So yeah, keep your eyes peeled. If you want to hear all of this news first, then a good way is to follow us on Instagram, Much Ado About Stitching, and then you will find out all about that. We're a brand new Instagram page, so if you do go over and give us a like, it will really help the algorithm. So most of last week was really just getting ready for Plymouth Frocktails, all of the last minute things that you need to do. I have got a little short on the making of my dress, so I will kind of direct you to that down below, and it takes you through all of the making of my magnolia dress. I will pop a little picture of it up there as well so you can see it. So that's mainly what I was doing last week, as well as all of the normal things that I do in my normal week. So I was doing a lot of teaching here in the Sparkly studio, which is where I am at the moment, and just getting things up on the website, and I forgot, getting all of my new kits. So if you ordered a So Much Space tote kit, they will be basically on their way now. So as you are watching this, you will have either already got it or it'll be on its way. So that's very exciting. So I'm really looking forward to seeing those arrive and hearing all about if people enjoy the kits, because it's the first kind of venture like this that I've done. So yeah, it's very exciting and a little bit daunting, if I'm totally honest. So let's get on about Plymouth Frocktails. It was a magical weekend. And before I say anything else about Plymouth Frocktails, I'm just going to say, just in case I forget, which I'm sure I won't. However, I want to say the biggest of thank yous to the lovely Angela, who is Devon Frocktails, and the lovely Lizzie, who is the owner of Make Boutique, because without them we wouldn't have Plymouth Frocktails. And honestly, I think the sewing community would be much the poorer if it didn't exist, because it's been going for 2 years. We've had 2 events now, and Angela and Lizzie promises that we're going to have a third. So and it's just magical. If you have never been to a Frocktails event before, I can't recommend it enough. It is such a lovely kind of ease you in one, because it's over the whole weekend. So if you've got a long way to travel, you can make a weekend of it. It's a lovely place to stay. And they do kind of events over the whole weekend. So if you are on your own, there's plenty of opportunities to meet people. And it's just lovely and gentle and fantastic. I mean, when I say gentle, the Saturday night isn't gentle, that gets a bit more vivid, but it's just a really lovely weekend. And I just wanted to say thank you lovely ladies. It's just magical. So the lovely Mr. Sparkles and I decided to make a bit of a weekend of it. So on the Thursday was my lovely friend Catherine Soverton Makery's big birthday. So and we decided to go on the Friday, and then on the Friday night we went out with Catherine and her mum and dad and quite a few other lovely sewing people from the sewing community that also love Catherine, and we went out for a meal. Now there was another kind of social going on at the Cosy Club as officially part of it. This was the unofficial Catherine's birthday kind of one. So we did go to the Cosy Club after. Unfortunately, we'd missed the lovely Angela and the lovely Lizzie. There was a few kind of, die-hard sewists there, so we said a few hellos, and we just had a drink before bed, going back to the hotel and going to bed, so that we were up bright and early for the Saturday morning. And then in the Saturday morning we had our breakfast. Catherine and Mr. Sparkles went for a park run, and they met the lovely Nadia there, so Mr. Sparkles found out that there were indeed other husbands there, so that was quite nice. Mr. Sparkles also befriended my lovely friend Debs from Debs Made This. If you haven't checked out of her channel, you should absolutely, it's a must. And Mr. Brady came with her. So yeah, Mr. Sparkles and Mr. Brady kind of were buddies for the weekend, which was nice because, you know, if you come in and are having a lovely kind of time with all of your friends and your buddies, it's nice to know that everyone is having a good time. So we went out on the Saturday morning, and then we decided to do Make Fabric Boutique early because it's a very small shop, very small. I'll pop some footage on to show you. I did the whole bit and I'll show you. It is very small, perfectly formed and beautifully laid out, but it's not, you know, for a lot of people. So I went and checked it out first and did all of my in my head shopping. I'm going to tell you now, I have no fabric to show you. I did not buy a single scrap of fabric all weekend. Promise, I didn't. However, when I show you what's in the goodie bag, I still might, because I saw lots of fabrics. I got to touch them, I got to feel them. I know what Lizzie's got in her shop, and I have got a cheeky voucher in there, so still might happen, but that's okay, because that will be a mindful spend. It will be one that I think about. You know, because the problem is when I go to events like this, it's one of the reasons why I try not to buy too much fabric when I go to a Stitch Festival and those kinds of things, is that I make impulsive decisions, and that's how I end up with a massive stash. Because and it's not because I don't buy beautiful fabrics, they're always beautiful, but I'm not always in the right frame mind to make that thing that I'm thinking of at that moment. So yeah, so I've been thinking about that a lot recently. I may make a separate vlog about it, because I've come up with a few kind of plans on how to help me, particularly if you have a bit of a muddled brain like mine. It might be quite useful. So yeah, anywho, I've gone off on a tangent, unlike me. Then in the afternoon, we had the venue. So the Make Boutique is called the Little Box, and then the Big Box, or just the Box, is their local kind of museum, and they've got lots of they've got a massive cafe, you can get cake, and then they had some gorgeous exhibitions in there, kind of like a museum space, and then they had little kind of creative crafty businesses within there. It was a really lovely place, actually. It reminds me of a place we've got very similar in the Pump Rooms in Leamington, but on a much bigger scale. So it was really lovely to see. Yeah, and we had a little separate room where we could go and have a chat and stuff. I have to say, by this point, I was ready for my nap. Those of you that know me well know that I like to have an afternoon nap. It's very important for me. I get up really early in the morning. I'm always up bright and early, bright and breezy, and I do a lot of stuff in the morning, so that by kind of 2-3 o'clock in the afternoon, I'm ready for a little nap if I'm going to stay up late. Otherwise I'm just too tired. So, but I couldn't just duck off, because there were so many lovely people there. And one particularly lovely lady that I met there that I really want to talk about. I'm going to try not to mention like everyone, just in case I miss people out, because that will make me sad. But there was one lovely lady who is called Elaine. Hi Elaine, I know that she watches, because she wrote me the most beautiful card to thank me for everything that I did. And those of you that know me again quite well know that I'm a little bit prone to the tears. I very much wear my emotions on my sleeve, and sometimes I get a bit over emotional, and sometimes I have a little bit of a cry, and I was really good, I didn't cry. So Angela was very proud of me, there was no tears. But yeah, she bought me a little gift. She bought me a little lollipop. Hang on a minute, I'll go and get them. So this is the card, massive thank you, with the most beautiful words in. And then this little, I mean, can you tell how well she knows? She obviously watches, because I've got an egg lollipop. How cool is that? I can't bring myself to eat it. I really fancied some chocolate the other night, but I just couldn't bring myself to eat it. But it is for eating, so yeah, I might make myself a cup of tea and dig in at some point. And then I just love this so much. It's an egg plate. It's a little plate. And I've already had my blueberry muffin on it. Oh, how amazing is that? So thank you, Elaine. Yeah, I mean, everybody made the weekend special, but it's just so nice. I fit vlogging in around my life. Vlogging is not my life, not at all, not in any way, shape or form. I fit it in around my life. I have a very busy life. I run my business. I work really hard. I've got a family. And for someone to go out of their way and just say, you're doing a good job and thank you very much, it really means the absolute world. So if you ever see me out in the wild and you want to say hello, then please do, because honestly, it makes my day. Just remember to tell me what your name is. Because you know me, but I might not know you. Or I might know you as like Mandy XX1 or something from Instagram. Yeah. So that was really sweet. So I think it's probably a good time to show you what I got in my goodie bag. So when we arrived on the Saturday night, we got a goodie bag. Now, as you can see, if you've watched other vlogs, mine is in a very different bag. So this bag was inside the mug. I haven't got the bag, the actual goodie bag, because I put it in my rucksack with my water bottle. They had fun, let's just put it that way. So I've got everything in here. And then I'll show you what's inside. So these were from Make Boutique, and these are just so fun. They are these little earrings. Now, I don't have pierced ears. I can't wear earrings. So if anyone would really like these, let me know and I'll send them to you. If you're in the UK and I can post them to you, let me know, because I would love someone to, I would love to wear these, but I can't. So yeah, let me know. And then we got some fudge. Now, I remember getting this in my goodie bag last year and really enjoying it. So I am definitely, I have got a date with my egg plate, my fudge and a cup of tea at a Social Sparkle very soon. I think I'm going to save that for tonight. So, well, it'll be tonight's Social Sparkle for you. Yes. And then, now, I think that Angela and Prim got together and said, now my friend Sam is, coming to Plymouth Frocktails. And they got this gift just for me. I mean, that's what I'd like to think in my head anyway. I'm sure it's not true. I got this little multi-tool. Now, it's from Brother. Sorry, it's not from Prim. It's from Brother. And it's a multi-tool. And it's an astronaut. And it's absolutely fantastic. So it's got a ruler, and it's got a bottle opener, and it's got a ruler in centimetres and a ruler in inches. That's exciting. A little Allen key, a nail remover, key ring. Oh, you can use it. You can put it on your key ring. And then it's got a little screwdriver. And the other thing that I've noticed as well, I've got Brother machines. So what I thought I might do is pop this on a key ring and hang it up in the studio, because then people can use that bit to when they put their needles in, because it works. So yeah, I just absolutely love that. Then this, are you ready for this? Look at that. How exciting is that? I just think that that's really handy, and obviously because I will be going to a lot more sewing socials, this is a fantastic thing to put in my caddy, and then and also then I've got needles in case anyone needs to borrow them or use them. And then we've got lots of kind of leaflets and that kind of stuff. And then two lovely little things from the Fabric Obsession. So I got this little whoop. And this, now I had a little sniff of this when we were at the party. And for me, if you've ever smelt verbena, like the lemony one, and I love verbena, it's one of my favourite smells. It definitely gives me that kind of lemony, salty I mean, it's called something to do with the ocean, so maybe that's why it smells like that. But absolutely gorgeous. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. Yeah, we've got little vouchers for bits and pieces. And then, now, this wasn't part of my goodie bag, but my lovely friend Debs from Deb Made This bought me this little starry sticker. Now, sorry, it's not a sticker, label, an iron-on patch. I have a plan for this, but you're going to have to wait for another video. And also, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a picture of the buttons. She bought me some little star pearl buttons, but they're very, very small and they like to move around. So I'll take a picture and put them up there so you can see them. Yeah, they are. Thank you, Debs. It was really, really sweet. It was just a weekend full of absolute love and joy. And then the other thing that's in the bottom of my bag is a pen. And because those of you that watch regularly know that I do pub quizzes, we're always looking for pens. So that will go in the pub quiz pen pot, which is fantastic. So yeah, so that's the goodie bag. And then of course, you know, tote bag. Everyone loves a tote bag. So, and then of course, let's get on to the evening. So it was full, I mean, it was pretty much the best evening that I've had this year because it's full of people that I love. There was so many lovely people that I don't get to see that often, that I am proud enough to call my friends, and yeah, and even people that I don't see that often and perhaps I just chat with on Instagram and stuff. It was just lovely to see all of the faces, and one overwhelming kind of feeling that I found when I went in there was how colourful everything was. Now, I don't know about you, but when I go out, you know, if I have to go to a ball or something like that in the real world, not in the sewing world, in the real world, everyone looks stunning. But when you go out with sewists, the colours are amazing. The colours and the prints and yeah, and the style, you know, the shapes and it was amazing. It was just amazing. So if you haven't ever been to Frocktails, you have to go because the site is just amazing. So as always, Angela and Lizzie, apologies, put on an absolute storm of an evening. It was all brilliant. The raffle was brilliant. The catwalk was brilliant. Oh, did I tell you I did a little trot? So I'm in love with Bridgerton. I love everything Bridgerton, but I'm not very Bridgerton. Can you ever imagine me in that era? It's not really me. So, but I do love it. So I couldn't help myself that when it was time for the catwalk, I thought I'd do a little Bridgerton trot. So yeah, in fact, I'll leave that to the end. You're welcome. Yeah, it was just a really, really lovely evening. And then we got back to the hotel. Unfortunately, the hotel bar had closed when we got back. And they wouldn't serve me a cup of tea. I just fancied a cup of tea, and you know, but alas. So we all went to bed, and then Sunday morning, me and Mr. Sparkles got up bright and early, packed up all our bags, packed up the car, got ourselves all together, and then we went to the Boston Tea Party for the brunch. But we got there quite early, so we had our breakfast a little bit earlier, and then we waited for everybody to arrive and just said our goodbyes and then got on our way because we had quite a long journey. And yeah, Simon wanted to get back, I wanted to get back, and yeah, but it was just wonderful. The whole thing, the whole weekend was absolutely wonderful. So yeah, wow, it was brilliant. So what else have I got to tell you about? So new patterns. Now, I did promise that I wouldn't buy any new patterns. And that is a promise that I do intend to keep. However, the lovely Tammy from Tammy Handmade was, because of things that are going on in the world at the moment, was stuck in Dubai, and she put a message on about, you know, kind of being small business, and if you're away from your computer and if you're away from, you know, it affects your business. And of course it does. I totally understand that. So sometimes in these situations you can feel a little helpless, but I just decided to do what I could do. And what I could do was, you know, I could spend some money on her website. So that's what I did. So I went on to her website and I bought 3 patterns. I bought the Romy pattern. I've already had it printed out. I've bought the Faye blouse pattern and I've bought the Raj pattern. And I bought the Romy pattern because I've seen a lot of lovely ones. And I do quite like the sleeve, so I think I will probably make it shorter because that has a little bit of, like, you know, washing up bowl issues. But yeah, I thought that was very nice, and I know I will probably make it. I bought the Faye blouse because it is So April blouse coming up, and I thought that might be a nice one to have a go at because, again, I like the sleeves. I'm a sleeve girl. I'm a sucker for a fancy sleeve. And then the Raj dress, because, and I'm going to be really honest about this pattern kind of passed me by, and I hadn't realised that it was a square neck, and it wasn't until I saw the lovely Bex from Fabric Obsession, and that she had made it, and then I was like, oh, that's got a square neck. I hadn't even realised it got a square neck. And again, I love a square neck. So yeah, I've bought those, and again, I will put those into plans videos soon so you can find out what my plans are for those. The other thing that I've been up to, I have been a very busy bunny. Yeah, I do apologise. If you need to go and get another top up of tea, then I'll wait if you press pause. The other thing that I've been doing is I've been getting on with my kit. So I bought a kit from Flying Bobbins for the Ronsard jeans. I have spoken a little bit about that, and I am doing a full video on the whole process of this. So if you want to find more about that, then don't forget to subscribe, and then when I put out my next video, you will be the first to know. So yeah, so that's about it really, sewing. What are my plans for the following week? So Mother's Day this weekend, I've got my social sparkle on Friday night. I've got a lovely session on Saturday. There's still a few places available on Saturday if you want to come on a Zoom, 2 hours, and it's called Sew Kind, and you can come and sew gifts with me, which will be lovely. And then on Sunday it's Mother's Day, and my children are taking me to the Everyman Cinema in Stratford upon Avon, and we are going to watch Project Hail Mary, which is a film from the book that I've read very recently, which was really, really kind and sweet of them, because they'd seen that I'd read the book, and they know how much I like to go to the cinema, and that was what they decided to plan for me. So thank you very much to my daughter, because as much as she's the one that organised it all. Thanks, Leah, you're a star. So yeah, I'm really, really looking forward to that. And then it's getting ready for Stitch. So yeah, I've got next week, I've got all week, but I haven't, because I'm very busy. I've got lots of teaching to get anything that I want to get finished for Stitch. So yes, yeah, hang on. I've forgotten to tell you something. The other thing that I've finished this week is the Zoe dress. So my lovely Wednesday ladies have come to their end of their 6 weeks course, and we finished the Zoe. So I have finished my Zoe because I don't sew along with them in the class. In the class, I'm totally focused on them. But in between, when they go, I get up to the next step so that they can kind of see it in progress. And I have made my Zoe dress, and as you can see, I've hacked it, so I've made it into a full shirt dress. So instead of having just the front placket as it has in the picture, I've hacked it so that the placket comes all the way down. So how cool is that? I've put a little label on that says normal gets you nowhere, because why not? And yeah, and I really, really love it. I popped it on, and I felt that I had a little bit too much fabric in the back here, and I don't know whether it was because I don't know whether I made a slightly bigger size, or I'm not quite sure whether it was the fabric, but I have put a little pleat. So I put 2 little pleats here and here, and that just seems to make it lay a little bit straighter on my body. It does need a bit of a press, and I will try and pop it on and get a picture up for you there. So yes, but I am planning on doing things that I makes video, and I'll come up with more details. But that is something that I am hopefully going to wear to the Stitch Festival. So let me know, are you going to the Stitch Festival? Let me know which days down below. Yeah, I hope you have a wonderful weekend. I hope you have a lovely time on whatever you're doing. I hope you have some time to sew. Don't forget to sparkle, lovely ones. Bye for now.